I got to experience the beauty of true fucking willpower. I'm gonna fail and I will succeed. Just me talking about that gives me a feeling I know what I did. And I don't need to travel somewhere or to have this or have that. I have it all here in my mind. The beauty is remembering this young, dumb, what people call nigger, is now where I'm at today. And that is, when you finally get to that point for me, it's forever lasting peace. I could die right now on this show and I'll be happy, man.
Willpower is like a battery that you have throughout the day. Each day you have a new set of willpower and we're gonna fight it throughout the day. Stuff that you want, that's in your way, that's in your vision, that's kind of, you know where it's at, so you're gonna be fighting it. So by the time the evening comes, you're almost gonna give in, your battery's gonna be down, your willpower's gonna be down, so you're just gonna give up. So best thing you do is kind of get rid of things like this. Take yourself away from these.
If you can tap into that, you can come from the daggone roots of hell and become such a great seed, a powerful seed that can grow into some great daggone garden. And people don't get that. It's all up here. The power and the magic's up here.
The joy, the satisfaction that come from the proper use of the will. It comes about in three phases. The first is the recognition that the will exists. The second concerns the realization of having a will. The third phase of the discovery, which renders it complete and effective, is that of being a will. Now, this is different from having a will. However, the simplest and most frequent way in which we discover our will is through determined action and struggle. Let's discover who we are by becoming conscious of more of our true powers. It helps us grow toward transcendence, of connecting up with that power, that ultimate mystery that flows through everything.
Because achievement is a lot of work. Pushing our mental boundaries is challenging, uncomfortable, and exhausting. Willpower is what gets us through. People with high willpower get more done, achieve greater success, are above average in their abilities, stand out from the crowd.
Your discipline, and it's building up your willpower reserve. So that means that anytime you get some sort of inclination to do something, if you can resist, then that will build up your willpower just a little bit. And then the next time you resist a little bit more, that builds up your willpower a little bit more.
I was very into subconscious mind. I had a hypnotherapy practice at the time, so I knew the power of the mind, but I didn't know that it could work to this extent. You know, I mean, so I wanted to see if I could take it to the next level, and I thought, well, when you're weighing what you know against what you don't know, there's risk involved. But if you have a plan, you might actually wind up somewhere. So I took everything that I knew, and I just kind of trusted myself. I just kind of went for it.
If you're exercising your willpower all the time, and you're finding those opportunities throughout the day, then you're going to have strong willpower. You know, it's going to take weeks, maybe months, maybe a year or more to get you to the kind of high-level willpower that you want. But as long as you're taking those steps, just like you would with, you know, pumping your bicep, you're going to get there.
I think a lot of people will struggle, and I don't want to deceive people by telling them, like, hey, you know, do this and you'll have the willpower you need to discipline your life. Before that comes really finding out what your purpose in life is. What is it you're truly passionate about? Because then you'll do whatever it takes to discipline your life, and you'll cultivate your will and use your will then to create that structure, and that structure is that discipline.
See, a lot of us, because of our limited vision of ourselves, a lot of us who begin to focus on problems and enable them to overwhelm us, we begin to think that we have no options. We begin to believe that there's no way out. Well, guess what? There's always a way. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Did they have great willpower? No willpower? You are likely the average of theirs. Other people's willpower rubs off on us. If you have some major goals in your life, or you want to reboot your willpower, you have to think about who you're spending time with. Think about this. Who are the mentally strongest people you know? How can you be inspired by them? Who triggers you to lose willpower? How can you minimize their effect? Can you ask for help? Who can keep you more accountable?
The very thing we used our whole life to get what we want, for something greater to happen.
Absolutely.
That's such a paradox. And the moment you step in, it honors free will. So then the person who's the new age person who's saying, well, I'm just going to wait for my Maserati to come to me, This is not how that works. Once you move into a new state of being and you're creating wealth, in other words, only gold creates gold. Lead doesn't create gold. And our job is to take those base emotions of anger and resentment and fear and anxiety, those base emotions, and transmute them into gold. Because right on the other side of our pain is freedom.
And in fighting, we will win. And it's not the battle, and it's not the war. We will win because our spirit, it will never surrender. And that is the ultimate victory, to hold your head high, and even in the face of inescapable defeat, to fight and stand. That is to win. It's okay to feel that darkness.
When challenges and issues come back to back to back to back, and it seems like something is after me, something is attacking me, something is attacking my journey.
It's necessary that you go at it with everything in you. Go at it. You don't take it lightly. And you take responsibility for making it happen. And you own up to the fact it's going to be hard. So what? I'll do it hard. Sometimes you might be defeated, but to you, it's worth it.